Hi, I'm Michael Kourosh. I live in Santa Barbara, California, one of the most beautiful places on earth. My design center is where people come to reimagine their homes and spaces. I work with the best designers, clients with broad tastes, and experts who navigate the fascinating world of design. I'm always excited to learn something new, and I never say no to a challenge. This is Design Santa Barbara. Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kourosh, and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center, where I'm extremely excited to share with you an episode featuring treasures from our world-famous rug room. Please join us. I have been fascinated with rugs all my life. As you have probably heard me say, my grandfather taught me about them. I have visited museums, workshops, and bazaars around the world to learn about and curate an incredible collection right here in Santa Barbara. So this is the first rug we have to show today from the rug room. It is an amazing piece. It is made in Kuba, Azerbaijan. It's the Caucasus Mountains. That's where a lot of civilizations started, and these are where Armenia, Azerbaijan, is Georgia, next to it, and when you go farther north is obviously Russia, and south of it is Iran. When this one was woven, this was still part of Iran, and although we call it Caucasus Mountains. It was woven probably around 1850s, 1860s. It is in mint condition. For this rug to last 170 years on the floor and look like this, they must have treasured it even more than I do. So think about it. We are talking like about 7-8 generations ago somebody bought this thing. It's a beautiful piece. It has the most saturated natural dyes. Master weaver has woven it. It is on a wool foundation, is wool pile, wool foundation, and has this beautiful cotton selvages, which this is indication that is woven in the city of Kuba, next to the Caspian Sea. These are little crabs in the borders. They have beautiful colors, rich, saturated. It's an ivory background. The most outstanding thing about it is the ground color, which is yellow and is gold color. It's very unusual. It is rare to get them in a gold color because expensive dye. It is saffron. Saffron, it's, as you know, is equivalent in its weight in gold. It's very expensive. They must have done it as a present for somebody. So it is incredible. It is the one thing you could say it is the highest form of woven art. Doesn't get any nicer or better than this. The border has these beautiful rainbows, and each one is artistically drawn and is different than the next one. And if you go around the whole rug, maybe there are 200 of them. Each one is different than the next one. You have the running water, the little rosettes. You have these little butterflies in the field, all of them, they're little butterflies. You have the little bees, and you have these S's. These little S's they put in there is against evil eye. It's again a treasure. It's unusual that it survived in this condition, and the colors is just absolutely stunning. Again, highly collectible, and I would value this in today's fair market value between $18,000 to $25,000. So come and see it, Santa Barbara Design Center. All right, now we have this amazing Afshar piece. Afshars are a group of originally Turkish tribe that in the 16th century, because of the greener pastures, they start moving southeast toward Iranian Zagros Mountains. Is a higher elevation, is greener, rains more, And since they're tribal people, they have a lot of sheep and goat, and they need pasture. So they moved south, and every year they moved a little bit more south. I don't know, probably they are right now somewhere in India. No, I'm just kidding. They are in southwest Iran, and they are not tribal anymore, unfortunately. They are city dwellers now, and these tribal societies are all going away, unfortunately, after, God, maybe 15, 16,000 years. So anyway, here we got this beautiful Afshar. I love to touch these rugs. When you touch them, you feel their soul that has gone into it. This is an early piece. I would date this between 1820 to 1850. And again, somebody has treasured it. Otherwise, they would not be here. Think about it. These are not paintings on the walls. These are rugs on the floor. And this is probably almost 180 to 200 years old, which is stunning. So anyway, this particular one has this beautiful flames of wisdom. If you look, one side is like a flame, the other side you look at it looks like a bee. It's a beautiful, and has all those S's. As you know, those S's are against evil eye, so they put them in there. So they believed in that evil eye will affect them. And they used to burn Saffron. Saffron is a little seeds that they pop when they get heated, and they, just like the natives in America, they used to burn sage, the same thing, the same effect, then against evil eye as well. We have this beautiful rainbow. So this is, we had it in the last rug, if you remember. The rainbows are different, but they are the same idea. Rainbow brings rain, rain brings water, brings prosperity, greener pastures, healthier and more sheep and flocks. You have the flowers growing again. You have the running water. Running water is again very important in their lives. In the field, you have this typical classical design that later become a square that they call it Herati. You have these bird heads. They're fantastic. This is one of the oldest forms of art that you find on the cave paintings. You have the 8-sided stars, and everywhere you look, they have 8-sided stars. One of the earliest forms of art of humans. You have all sorts of animals. If you look carefully, this could be an insect, could be extraterrestrial, could be anything. It's full of every little inch she filled with an element. Again, weaving was dedicated only to females because they were artistic. They would not let men touch any of these rugs because they were just shepherds. Get out of the house, go tend your sheep. The art was exclusive for women, and that's tribal societies. Women ruled, and I wish we could go back to that eventually one day. So anyway, full of S's, full of little elements, fantastic piece. I don't see them in the market anymore. They're all gone. I don't know where, but they're gone. So this, in a fair market value, 15,000, 16,000, something like that. Come and see it. I have it in my rug room, but if you wanted, I'd bring it out and show it to you. Today I would like to talk to you about rugs. 3 important things to remember when you are buying a rug. First is the size. Size is very important, and this is what you have to do your study. So if it's for a living room, I recommend to have the front legs of all the furniture to sit on the certain rug you're buying. So go measure it. Make sure you have at least a foot extended beyond the front legs. If you can afford it, get a rug that encompasses all the furniture to be sitting on it. So usually for a living room, you're talking an 8x10, 9x12, a bigger living room, 10x14, and if you want something to sit on it, 12x15 or 12x18. Second, there is a style. It is very important that the style you pick matches the house you have. Check the room. Is it a traditional house? Is it a modern house? Is it a transitional house? You pick the style matching your house and your living style. Lastly, and one of the most important steps, is the type of rug you're gonna buy. I highly recommend you to do your study and see what type of rug is good for your situation. Most rugs I recommend are hand knotted. So these are the type of rugs that they're done by hand. They're mostly natural fibers. They don't have any chemicals. They don't have any machines involved making it. They're hand knotted, and they get more valuable over the time, and they're very durable and long lasting. These are 3 things to remember when you're buying a rug. Thank you for joining us. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about rug cleaning and restoration. A fine rug is a family treasure often passed on from generation to generation. Rugs need to be properly taken care of to ensure their survival and protect your investment. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we are the foremost experts in professional cleaning, repairing, and preserving your rugs. Rugs should be hand washed every 3 to 5 years to maintain structure. When was the last time you washed your rugs? Proper cleaning can extend the longevity of your rug, whereas steam cleaning can damage it. Restorations by Rugs & More include hand stitching, fixing fringes and sides, and reviving worn pile. For the finest restoration and cleaning, bring your rugs into Rugs & More at Santa Barbara Design Center today, 410 Olive Street. We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. How many times in the last year have you said to yourself, I really need a new sofa? Spending so much time at home lately, you deserve the most comfortable furniture. At Santa Barbara Design Center's massive showroom, we have numerous selections of sofas and sectionals that you can take home today. Or we can custom build your dream sofa. We make the most comfortable and stylish sofas and sectionals in the industry today. Just ask the top designers in Santa Barbara. They use our sofas and sectionals in their projects because they know clients are beyond satisfied with the results. For a decision as important as this, don't go online or buy from a catalog photo. Come into 410 Olive Street and let our experienced team help you find the perfect fit for your home. Trust me, you want to sit on it before you buy. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara. Today we are in the world-famous rug room where I'm excited to be sharing treasures that I have curated over the decades. So now after those two tribal pieces, I'm going to share something with you differently. So this is a city rug. City rugs mean this rug has been woven by hand but on a commission. So somebody very wealthy wanted to give an impressive gift that lasts for many, many years and doesn't go away, and something important to somebody. Let's say a governor of Kurdistan wants to give a gift to the king of Iran, for instance. They would make a rug and they present it to him. So this particular one is a silk, unsilk. Silk is a very precious material and is hard to obtain, hard to dye, hard to weave. So the person who got it must have been very important. Also, if you look at it, the background is yellow, which is gold. Again, saffron was an expensive and very rare dye. You have this one with the aubergine. The border is, the dye is from shells of skin of eggplant, basically. Is a tree of life. Starts from the bottom, it goes on. That's basically moments of your life. This is you, your wife, or your wife and you, either one you pick. In the bottom, you have these beautiful trees that they again grow from this little vase. You have beautiful lovebirds. You have little animals everywhere. You have a lion down there. You have a little panther. You have a beautiful peacock and all sorts of birds around the border going up. You don't see it at once, but it is there, and you will see it over time. Again, the tree grows up, goes, and then again, that is the last thing is a little blossoms and is a little opening. So that is basically when you die, you go to a better place and it's blossoming out. It's very fine. If you look at this thing, this one has probably like around 700 knots per square inch. It would have taken a master weaver about 2 to 3 years to make this. You gotta think about it. It is every little dot is a knot. And then they had to dye it, you had to ply it and basically weave it. One more interesting thing about handmade rugs are that from one angle they're lighter, from the other angle they're darker. Look at this rug from your vantage point. It is very light in the background. So all you gotta do is you just flip it. And look what happened. We didn't change the lighting, it's the same light, but look at it. It got substantially darker because now you're looking into the nap and the light doesn't break as much as when it is the other way around. Let me flip it one more time and you look at it. Check that out. So all handmade rugs do that. And to some degree, some finer ones, silk ones obviously more, and they're like visible like this, and the other ones less, but all handmade rugs do that. So this is a beautiful piece. Come and look at it at the Santa Barbara Design Center. So the last rug was a Silk-Kashan on custom order for somebody important and was made in central Iran. That was the second type of rugs. We had the tribal rugs that the tribes made for their own use in their tents, utilitarian purposes, or decorative for their own tent. Then we had city rugs that they were made for sale or on commission for somebody to as a present and a gift. Third rugs are the village rugs. These rugs are halfway tribal, halfway city rugs. They have the best essence of a tribal rug and the best essence of a custom rugs. So this is a Saruk-Farahan. It is in western Iran, woven circa 1880. It is a higher elevation, so the sheep has a lot more lanolin in their wool, and the wool that has the high lanolin content lasts longer, repels dirt and stain. As you can see, this is 140 years old on an ivory background, and gosh, maybe it has been to 10 different homes, still pristine and usable because of that high lanolin content of the wool. It doesn't get dirty, it doesn't get stained. You just need to wash it like would you do with your sheep or your dog. You would not go get a chemical drying process, you just wash it. So this particular one is an ivory background. Ivory is very desirable. It's light, it's airy, it's happy, but very rarely they are ivory because again they were utilitarian and they preferred the blue indigo or red of the madder. This is unusual, it's very happy light. You have also another thing that's unusual. In these boaties, you see there's green. Green is an expensive dye to make. It combines yellow from saffron and weld and blue from indigo. So it's a very rare color to find. It's a beautiful piece, a lot of knots, a lot of history. The border, if you look, it changes many colors. Goes from light brown to dark brown to navy to black because natural dyes. In the back, you see a lot of people say, oh, that's sun fading. It is not sun fading. It is just, you see, it goes in one line, it is different dye. Because they hand dyed it, it's natural dyes, never comes the same color. Beautiful piece. Very tightly woven for a village rug. Again, survived because somebody treasured it. Come and see it in Santa Barbara Design Center. Let me touch it, feel it. They have a resonance that no other art has. Beautiful Saruk-Farahan. When we come back, we will show you one more truly special piece. Stay tuned. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted and is actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing. is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued, because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get, unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about modern and transitional rugs. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we have over 1,000 modern and transitional rugs at any given time in various sizes and colors. A modern or transitional rug can completely transform your living space. It can make a cold room comfortable or balance out an uneven contrast. We can also custom make the modern rug of your dreams, designed to your specification, taste, and color. And at Santa Barbara Design Center, we can do it faster, better, for less. That's why the top designers in the world use our modern and transitional rugs. To see our vast collection or start designing your custom masterpiece, come visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. My grandfather taught me about the beauty of the rugs. Each one tells a story. Story about the person who wove it, the person who bought it, the person who inherits it, the person who treasures it. It's amazing how simply looking at an object can bring you back to a different place and time, or remind you of someone you love. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we want to help you find a rug that will travel through time with your family for generations to come. Visit us at 410 Olive Street and find your treasure today. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car? But they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa. So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something you use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create you a custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you. Why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, Fort and Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family. Welcome back to Design Santa Barbara, as we explore the vibrant history of rugs and textiles in our world-famous rug room. Now I'm excited to share a true treasure. All right, now we got the cream of the crop. This one is mid-19th century Karachof Kazakh. It is very big for what it is. Usually they make them smaller. They're This is very wide, long. It is stunning. The colors on this are as saturated as they can get. You can imagine this is not when you could go to the Home Depot and buy the dyes and get the wool from your local knitting store. Is none of that. They need to go shear the sheep, card the wool, spin it, then they go get the dyes from surrounding mountains. The red is madder, the blue is indigo, the green, as I mentioned, is a combination of saffron, which is yellow or weld, with the blue to create that. And if you look at it, the many stages of the colors that are in here, they're stunning. Master fully woven. This particular one was woven in Armenia, current Armenia. Back then it was a Khanate and was land between Russia and Iran, and they always had wars about it. And 1815, I guess, the Russians annexed it from Iran, one for good. Anyway, it's beautiful piece, has a lot of little whimsical things in it, and has like the ram's horns, which you see. There is again ram's horn. Rams are sign of wealth, and in the tribal societies, the more rams, the more sheep you have, the wealthier you are. They have whimsical designs. Like this lady could have actually made that rosette more rectangular, more like this, but look at this thing. She gives a little bit of a tilt to it. You have this beautiful medallions, and she had this, it looks like a Christmas tree in there. Has things that you can interpret in different ways and forms. These boxes are actually very unique to Karachof. You would see them in early Turkish ones as well, but this is a later ones, mid-19th century on. And the blue in the border is electrifying. It's stunning. This is on a wool foundation. If you look at the edges, the selvage is many colors. She could have done it one brown color and get over with it, but she never done that. So look at this thing. It's like about 5, 6 different colors in the borders. It's beautiful. Has the, again, against evil eye, you have those 5 stars. You have colors, colors and colors. The wool is very glistening. It's very shiny, and I get goosebumps looking at this piece. It's a true work of art. And again, a lady spent a good, I would say 5, 6 seasons. And in the summer, they put it out, they weave it, they fold it, they take it along with themselves to lowland in winter, weave a little bit, bring it back, and that hence gives you different colors. And you can see this season has a different dye. Beautiful piece. I will hang it up outside in the design center. Come and look at it. It's worth seeing it. I hope you have enjoyed this look into our amazing collection. If you ever want to see these beautiful textile and rugs in person, come and visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center. It would be my honor to share them with you. See you next week.